Intrapreneurship, innovation in every organization. Intrapreneurship, innovation in every organization. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Innovation is the key for a better solution. Good morning to my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I'm here with a fascinating concept called intrapreneurship. Everyone would have heard about entrepreneurship, but what is intrapreneurship? Do anyone have any idea about this before? Anyone? Okay. Intrapreneurship is like having the entrepreneurs working within an organization. The spirit of innovation, risk taking, and creativity. It is a game changer in today's corporate world, I would say. An entrepreneur is an employee who is tasked with developing an innovative idea or project within a company. You could relate to this person as a self-motivated, proactive, and action-oriented people who take the initiative to pursue an innovative product or a service for the company. You can always feel the charisma of these people. You can have a strong aura surrounding them. So that is what this entrepreneurs are all about. So the entrepreneurs, if you're gonna ask me, like, why do you want to have such people in a company? Why these people are supposed to be an important person? Why do we really want to employ these people? So that just they have been employed to bring out only the new ideas, and most of the times these ideas might also go in a very risky way. But friends, innovation is a lifeblood of any.
Adi masalah nomor dengan peranan akak ke
Uh,
alu
Toastmaster,
di
maybe
mana
request me to go on now.
adalah
Thank you. So yes, friends, remember this innovation that I was speaking about is a lifeblood of any business. Entrepreneurship encourages employees to think outside of the box, discover new products, and improve whatever the things that they really have as an existing one. In order to survive in this competitive world, it's very, very important to bring out new ideas in every moment of the life. Let me share a story with you. Have you people heard about the company called 3M? Okay. Toastmaster Ranga was raising his hands. Like what can you tell me what is this 3M company is all about?
They basically started out with making adhesives.
Exactly. So it is a
Then,
popular American multinational company, and it is known to have a broad range of products from building materials and adhesives to medical and also to home cleaning activities. In 1960, uh, Dr. Spencer Silver, a scientist in this 3M company, was busily researching adhesives in his laboratory. In this process, he discovered something peculiar, an adhesive that could stick very lightly to the surfaces. But if you're gonna see, like 3M was not actually involved into this idea because they always wanted to develop something bigger, stronger, and a tougher adhesives. But whereas whatever this person has developed was just sticking very lightly to the surface. So at that point of time, they discarded this idea. So they really think like it is no use to them. But this guy, this scientist, uh, Spencer Silver, Dr. Spencer Silver, did not discard the idea. He shared it within 3M. After a few years, what happened? Another employee, Hartfrey, saw his potential in this weak adhesives. So together they developed a new product. And you know what? What is that new product is called now? Yes, Ranga.
you can say it, but I would like to give others a chance.
Okay. So Hades, would you like to try like what could be that new product that could be adhesive that could slightly stuck to the surface, developed by 3M?
Post-it.
Yes, Ranga. It is post-it notes. which we have since become the global phenomenon. This is a classic example that I could really relate to this intrapreneurship action. See, people thought that it could not be that to that particular moment, but over the period of time, what really happened, like this product or this new idea has really brought a global phenomenon, a revolution in this adhesives world. And today, as you could see, like everyone in every home that we could have this post-it notes. So that's intrapreneurship. That is the uh, thought process, that is the main idea of this intrapreneurship. Intrapreneurship really drives innovation. It drives innovation, leading to new products, services, and business models. And also, it brings up some employee satisfaction. Entrepreneurship makes employees feel valued and engaged. See, everyone in this world have different ideas in their mind, but on sharing their ideas, on how these ideas has been welcomed, on how these ideas has been valued, really, makes an employee to become satisfied in his workplace. So when they are given the freedom to innovate, they are motivated and satisfied at the work. And also, I would say like this entrepreneurship drives competitive advantage. See, companies that foster entrepreneurship are more likely to stay ahead of their competitors because uh, they don't just do whatever the work that they are doing on the daily basis. Always they have a way on thinking ahead. They always have a different vision to get into the betterment of themselves. So that's what this entrepreneurship really does, and it always makes them to move ahead of their competitors who are likely there. And also adaptability, it drives adaptability. Entrepreneurship helps companies to adapt to changing business landscape. See, every time the business could not be run in the same manner. Always there needs some kind of improvement, or always there needs some kind of changes in the business. If there is no change in the business, then you cannot run a successful business in any point of your time. So that's what this intrapreneurship really does. Intrapreneurship really enhances or encourages the people who work in that company, so that always they'll be having a different vision for the betterment of the company. Always they'll be having the mindset to change, to adapt to the change, and keep moving forward in their company. So this is what entrepreneurship is all about. And as I've said, like why it is really important in our modern computing world. We will now see how can we really incorporate this process. What are the key ingredients really needed to have this entrepreneurship in every organization. So first and foremost thing is like the company should cultivate a supportive culture. A supportive culture, what am I meant here is like a culture that encourages innovation and rewards risk taking is essential. See, generally in every organization, like people will be having a lot of ideas, but unless or until they have been encouraged to do so, uh, those ideas will not come out of their mouth. Even in our today's meeting, in whatever it is, actually, we are asking the people to speak out. Unless or until you speak out, your thoughts or your vision or your process will not come out. So, which again might not be shared and might not be utilized. So, always it is highly important for our companies to cultivate a supportive culture, so that when employee feels safe to explore new ideas, they are more likely to become this entrepreneurs. And every company should allocate a separate time for this creativity. See, you can ask, I have 8 hours in my office. Do I really have another additional hour to really support for this creative ideas from the team? Of course, we do. When I was working in Ford, we used to have discussion with our fellow members, and also with the team leads, and also with the managers on every weekend. We come up with a lot of ideas. Everyone will be raising their own hat. Everyone will be coming up with the different ideas. And if you could really imagine what that really changed, because see, we have been running with the jobs without the regular frequency, but it was taking like 3 to 4 hours to complete. But when the ideas was put in, when we were trying to explore the ideas, when we were trying to put those ideas into action, the jobs that were running for 3 hours was changed into like 15 to 20 minutes, which has become a huge profit to the company, which has really enhanced the way that we are really working for the company. So every ideas we need, before it could be implemented, first it should be listened. And before it could be listened, it has to be provided time, so that that creativity has really come into space. So It is a general practice that we really recommend the companies to allocate a time for creativity. Uh, so how many of you here use Gmail? So yes, I can see like everyone over here, raising their hands that they are using the Gmail account. See, Google has a special policy called a 20% time policy. This allows the employees to dedicate 20% of their working hours to personal projects. A Google engineer, Paul Pocket, created Gmail during this 20% personal time at Google. It has since revolutionized that the way that we communicate today. So this is one classic example that I would say, like, it is not a waste of time that you really take up from a person's productivity that you so call like 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, and taking that into an account for only this creativity. Yes, of course, this particular moment could be invested for the betterment of the organization. So that is where it is very, very important to allow a time for creativity, and not just allocating time for the people to think outside of the box, but also to provide the essential resources for the people, for the so-called entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs needs resources when they are finding uh, a lot of ideas. They might need a mentor, so mentorship or access to the researchers, or any kind of the development tools that they might need to test their ideas. So this is where it is very, very important for the organization to should not bothered or should not feel a little hurted on providing the necessary requirement tools for the people to think, to provide or to implement their ideas that they have outside of the box, and also encourage cross-functional collaboration. Cross-functional collaboration is like collaborating with different teams, departments. See, generally in any organization, it is not like a single particular team that will be running for the entire organization. Always there will be like more than one teams who would be contributing for a particular product development or whatever it is. Actually, even for a project, you will be combined with more than one teams. For instance, in an IT organization, it is not only the development team will be involved in developing a product, but also there will be a team called IA team who will be there for integrating the modules that has been developed by different development teams. And also there will be a testing team, and also there will be a maintenance team. So all together they will be working together to deliver a product. So when you have different teams in delivering a product, in creating and delivering a product, why don't all these teams sit together and try to provide their ideas? See, whenever a person developing it and a testing team who gonna test it, they're gonna come up with a flaw. But what if they're gonna sit together and share their ideas together so that they can provide a combined idea which could really reduce the defects on developing a product or on providing a very quality product. So this is how it really helps the people to collaborate within an organization, not only to just learn new things, but also to come up with a quality product for the betterment of the organization. So the collaboration is what is something very, very important, and always we request the organization to encourage for a cross-functional collaboration, more than people working on different functionality or onto the different teams within the same product to collaborate to come up with the new ideas for the betterment of the product. So my dear friends, uh, understand that innovation, I know, that is the real one that distinguish between a leader and a follower. To my fellow leaders, or to my uh, future rulers, entrepreneurship is like a breath of fresh air in this corporate world. It's about thinking big, taking calculated risk, and fostering a culture of innovation within the workplace. Companies like 3M, Google, uh, a lot of other companies, even Ford, Motas, Toyota, I've seen actually. So they have already incorporated this incredible impact of this entrepreneurship that we could really, that we are really looking now. So whether you are an employee looking to introduce new ideas or a business leader seeking to drive innovation within your organization, remember that entrepreneurship is a powerful force for the change. I request everyone to embrace it, encourage it, and watch a company that you have built to thrive. Thank you for your attention, and I'm open to the discussion and the questions you might be asking on this exciting topic. if you have.
Okay, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes, Ranga.
It may seem very inclusive, but in your organization, how much of time do you spend on entrepreneurship?
Of course, see, it has become a common practice in every IT organization right now. Uh, this entrepreneurship was first when I was been working for the client called Ford. We generally used to have a separate time for the discussion, as I have already noted in my, and also in my current organization HCL, I'm working on it. See, we generally used to meet on daily basis. Uh, in a stand-up meeting to just see like whatever the things that we are gonna work for that particular day. But also, we used to allocate a separate time in the agile methodologies. Most of the companies are now following this agile methodologies. Agile methodologies is like there are like a lot of methodologies for the software development. And one under that is an agile methodology. In agile methodology, we used to have a separate section like apart from the stand up, we used to have a retrospection meeting which has to be conducted once in every 2 weeks or once for every cycle that has to be done in a sprint, where we used to discuss what are the things that we have done so far, what are the things that we could really make ourselves to better our ideas so that we are not going to have the defects that we have met in our last sprint. So this kind of retrospection really helps the people to understand what they have done so far or how betterment they could really do for creating a better product. So it has become a common practice, not only in one organization, in every organization. The name might be different. Retrospection, people might call into action item for your improvements or whatever it is, but every company has started implementing it, and it has become a common practice so that people always comes up with their own ideas, because people, if you gonna see, like we are the ones who are working in that particular product, so only we know like what are the challenges that we are facing. So it is always good to listen from the developer or the people who have worked on that particular product so that their ideas will be valued and that will be taken up into an action item. I hope I answered it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone?
I have a question, Jirish.
Yes, Uma.
So it is more like my practical problem. So I kind of felt your speech is a great platform for me to explore things. So
Mhm.
identifying people or making people to think out of the box or thinking innovatively works for big corporates. But
Mhm.
on a second tier or third tier cities where their people are doing like a smaller business, like a smaller organizations where people don't have this idea of thinking out of the box.
Okay.
So they kind of feel like, yeah, I am doing this job, I'm getting my salary. What more should I do? So how we can encourage them to think out of the box?
Can you get me an example of small scale industry that you've been speaking about? Any particular
See,
work?
we run a hospital services and hospitality services industry over here. The
Mhm.
people who are working over here, when we say you have to do this, we have to explain them step by step. Do step A, do step B, do step C. So
Mhm.
without the detailed explanation, they are not ready to do. But if I
Okay.
generally do this, they're not ready to think and do. So how we can encourage them to think and do on their own?
See, if you wanna ask me this question, always understand this scenario. Everyone together works for that betterment of your hospital service. For instance, you have like you are the CEO of your clinic or whatever, and you have some 10 people under you working for it. What is your outcome result to be for the betterment of hospital or for the betterment of individual?
I just want them also to get developed because I believe in the quote of Narayana Murthy. No employee is dependent on the organization and no organization is dependent on the employee. If they go out from here to some other places, they should also have grown somewhat when they are working over here. But they are not ready to step out of their comfort zone, to think out of the box, to take risks, nothing of that sort.
Why do you think so that they are not comfortable in taking out that risk? do you really provide them enough time? First of all, see, everyone have become, I mean, not in today's manner, but if you want to take some 5 to 10 years before, everyone used to complain. But even now, people used to complain that I have become a machine. I'm just waking up, just going to the office. I'm just doing my work and I'm just coming out of it. So this really makes us to forget her human life and to become a robot or a machine in a day-to-day routine. So this is really a common practice in every organization. But to really feel that human inside you, to really feel that potential that you really have, apart from, for instance, uh, for in your hospital work, okay, a person is doing work for 5 hours, okay, he could really toil himself to do work for 6 hours to extend his work. So that is something different that he could really do with his physical work. But always provide the time for the people to really think out of the box, because that time was the thing that organization was really pushing out of the people on not exploring their true potential. For instance, if it is going to be an IT culture, people say like they have time for thinking and all, but there are certain projects, there are certain managers, they want to increase the productivity. But to be real true, you can increase the productivity to any cost, but that will not help the company uh, to fight their competitors. See, you could work for 5 to 6 hours, okay, you could even come up with on producing, for instance, 100 shoes has been produced by a particular shoe company. They could work for 7 to 8 hours to produce uh, even 500 shoes per day. But that is not going to help them in any way unless or until they are going to be something innovative, unless or until those 100 shoes in a different what to say, in different designs or in different ways, or coming up with an extraordinary design so that people will be wish to buy that particular shoe. So there could be like lot of difference, unless you could really make the people to work hard. But to work smarter, you really need to provide them the time. So for your question, when you say like people are not interested, try to come up with a lot of activities so that you engage with the people. Try to come up with a way that see, they might have the ideas inside, but considering the day-to-day activities, they might not be able to uh, come out of their ideas because of a lot of work pressure that have been pushed them on getting into that, always getting into the same routine. And also, like, if they want to speak out something, they might not be much friend, I mean, they might not be moved in such a friendly manner. So that try to spend time with them, ask them that what they really meant to be. Even they might get bored on working on to the same work again and again. So you can even shift the work if they are comfortable in doing some other work. So which really helps them to come up with a different ideas, because always this kind of relationship between employer and employee, so that really matters a lot. And that is possible only when you speak out with your employees, when you spend time with your employees, when you open your ears for your employees. So that's what really matters, Toastmaster. I hope I
I'll try
answered
it
you.
out. Thank you.
So Toastmaster Jamie has raised her hand, and we will consider this as a last topic for the betterment of time.
Sure.
Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. So I would like to understand what could be the biggest obstacle for creativity or to think out of the box. And why do you think that people are not wanting to come forward or do more creations or creativity or build more creativity? The
If you want to
obstacle.
ask me this question, no one is going to be an obstacle to you rather than your own mind. See, no one is going to stop me in speaking out unless or until I feel ashamed, or until I feel that my point might be invalid, or my point might go something wrong. uh, both the ways. As I was speaking for Toastmaster Ruma, so it is like from the organization hand, they have to encourage the people. Even if they say something wrong, it is okay. Try to try them to open their mouth, try them to open their mind, so that even see out of 10, they might go wrong in 8 or 9, but at least one idea could really boost the organization. The same way, on the other hand, you can open your mouth, whatever it is, whatever the thing they are speaking, it might go wrong, but at least out of 10, one might really become a major hit. So, if you're gonna ask me like what could really stop us, it is nothing but our own mind. So always uh, don't be ashamed, or don't be considering yourself that you could really that you could not really provide a wonderful idea for the innovation. Rather, just try to speak out, try to open your mind, so at least 1 out of 10 will really become a game changer.
Thank you so much, Jirish. I think I suddenly remembered the words of my own boss, who mentioned that please do not hesitate. Speak up whatever is there in your mind. You never know, it could be something right, it could be useful for someone. Please do not hesitate. And since then, I mean, he also mentioned that what will happen? At the most, people will only laugh at you, or they will accept it. There won't be anything more dangerous than this. So just speak up, is what he said. And since then, I have never stopped speaking up. So I made it a point that I always, speak in our stand-up calls and give it a shot. That's it. Thank you for this.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jamie. So with this, I will close on my question answer segment. If you people have any doubts, you could reach out to me personally regarding this entrepreneurship. With this, let us move on.
Rajeswari, a speech evaluator, to give the evaluation for his speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Rajeswari.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. Once again, good morning, Toastmaster and guest. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Jirish, gave wonderful speech. It's almost like an educational session. The new topic, intrapreneurship, we came to know that very clearly, and he explained the entire strategies what companies are taking to for the betterment of their organization growth. In his speech, before he starting that, he grasped audience attention by interrogating the questions. What is an entrepreneurship? That moment we start to think. In the time in between that, while we are thinking, he gave some examples like 3M company, how they are growing through this entrepreneurship, how they launched the product, even their previous product was failure at a moment, and and also he explained how that organization is get changed after implementing this entrepreneurship, and how it is helping all the employees, and also how it's benefit the companies, and how it's creating the bond between both employee and the employers, and how to they innovate new things by collaborating with each other. Moreover, he explained the importance of getting ideas from the employees. As he mentioned, it's really true. All the employees are having different ideas. Until we are encourage them, we could not get it. So the launches of new product based on the basic things like engaging the employees. These things are clearly explained in his speech. Audience interaction. In his speech, he clearly listened audience questions and he gave the appropriate answer within that time period. But I have a small suggestion in this. He has explained the entire thing. Instead that if he gave 1 or 2 lines of answer, we can engage more audience to answer this question, his topic. And moreover, things in some places, what I thought is, instead of adding additional things that are not related to this audience question, you would have more focused on the exact answer. Otherwise, I felt like we had a wonderful speech and it was thought-provoking. We came to know that what is entrepreneurship and what benefit we will get out of it if we implement at organization level. Over to you, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. Thank you.
Thank you.